Eknath Mishra Show. Real talk about the fiction book Juan, written by Eknath Mishra. Flying Fish, August 1975 to July 1979. Epilogue. Juan studied for 5 years at Monclova High School. The change of studying from pure Spanish to mixed English put him under tremendous pressure. However, through sheer willpower, he worked his way to the top of the class. Though made enemies as he did, Mark, a charismatic bully with a loyal gang, targeted Juan and demeaned him at every turn. The story. Mark called out, "Hey, look, Juan the Spanner finally got here." I let out a breath as the whole classroom burst into laughter. If I spoke, I would make it worse. Mark teased me because of my Spanish accent, and I was growing anxious that soon the rest of the world might join in as well. I had never been able to relax at Monclova. The sudden change from pure Spanish mixed Americans English took too much time to acclimatize. The first year at Monclova High School had been a challenge. But now in 6th grade, it was well worth it. I had ranked 9th out of 45 other students. My 5 years at Monclova hardened me, taught me to withstand cultural struggles when the other did not accept me. I still missed village life, friends, football, and Mr. Toro's stories. Monclova was a modern city but built from busy lives and separate mindsets. No one cared for each other, their sorrows or struggles. You had to go it alone, and that's what I learned to do. I worked hard through all the bullying and on the final board test gained the top rank in the entire state of Kohila. On my graduation day, I found Mark, of all people, approaching me and offering his hand. "Hey Juan, congratulations buddy." "Thanks Mark." He kept shaking my hand. "How did you manage all this, even with all the bullying and nagging you had to put up with?" It was nothing really. I did not feel like talking to him about the bullying. After so many years of insults and threats, it was strange, but that graduation day, Mark and his friends felt so close to me, it left me wondering why they had not been so generous before. Of curiosity, I found one of Mark's friends and asked, "Why does Mark hate me so much?" "Did not Mark tell you? He is an orphan." I was too shocked to speak. "That's why he goes after me so much." Losing his parents had hurt Mark and caused all of his behavior. But I was the unluckiest because I became his target and had to face all of his anger. But God had planned this and gave me a lesson much better than the pain I had gone through. At 10 o'clock, it was time to say goodbye. But before I could leave, the girls' team requested I speak to the class and say some final words about my journey. I did not have much choice, and truth be told, I wanted to give them all one final lesson, for Mark especially. His buddies forced me onto a chair and asked me to speak. I looked over the crowd, settled my eyes on Mark, and said, "Friends, thank you from the bottom of my heart for your treatment and respect. Today I have nothing much to say. accept one pearl of wisdom from my village about Lake Pachkwaro. A long time ago in our lake, the swans and fishes lived together around Urandan Island. One fine day, a lungfish asked the swans, "How can you fly so high and I cannot?" Before they could answer, this fish brought up a stick of bamboo and said, "If I bite this bamboo in the middle, then the two of you can fly me up as well. Cannot you?" The swans were curious and agreed to fly him up. As long as they worked together, they were able to lift him higher and higher. But an old golden eagle had spied on them and aimed to capture the fish. This eagle flew closer and closer to the team and showered them with praise. "What a novel idea," he said. "Whoever came up with this idea must be congratulated. Such an invention needs to be remembered for generations to come. Which one of you invented it?" Hearing this praise, the lungfish could not control himself. He opened his mouth and said, "I did." But as soon as he opened his mouth, the fish let go of the bamboo and fell into the eagle's mouth. So friends, since childhood, I have practiced this lesson. Do not let your ego get the better of you. And do not think that you are the most important part of a team. Because as soon as you think egoistically, as soon as you say the word "I", then the countdown of your failure begins. Lesson learned. Respect people regardless of their appearance, because the tables can be turned around at any time. Thank you for listening. It is from the book Juan. Subtitle: The Dilemma of Being Born into Poverty. A modern-day parable for entrepreneurs. Juan Alberto Cabrialo is a born entrepreneur and mastermind of many failing concepts. He leaps into every venture both feet first. After all, he can just fix any problem on the way, right? But Juan cannot afford to be cautious. The world is not on his side. Born into poverty in backwater village, he has a fight ahead of him. If Juan is going to claw himself out of poverty, it is going to push him to his limits. Personal tragedy, economic disaster, and a woman he never prepared for. Juan has an impossible task ahead of him. One that is going to affect his family's fortunes for generations to come. The fiction book has with 22 chapters. Do read the book. Available in Kindle, Amazon, and all other book platforms. And share your experience with your loved ones. Thank you.